Hello, Virgo. Welcome. Welcome back if you're returning. Welcome if you're new. My name is Vanessa. And this is your Piscean new moon reading, okay? We're picking up on this fresh energy in a very emotional and spiritual sense, even creative. All these Piscean themes, very artistic, very, very heartfelt. And the cards that I already have out for you guys, it's looking like this is a bit of there are definitely emotions involved in this new beginning. And with Pisces being your opposite, there's Virgo on one end and Pisces is on the other. And both of you share a same axis point, and it heavily has to do with spirituality and faith, even religion, and also feeling into the best well-being for yourself on a physical level and a practical day-to-day level, all the Virgo themes, routine, health, all the stuff that you need to just get done, running errands. And then also in more of this Piscean polarity of the same magnet stick, right? One's on one end, one's on the other. You're connected. And with the Piscean end, it's much more emotional. Pisces really embodies a lot of emotion and a lot of spiritual. It can be overwhelming at times, the amount of sensitivity and what Pisces can feel, what Pisces can tap into. It's very, very different, the opposite of the typical Virgo vibe of checking off the to-do list, going and doing this and that and the other, and not always showing a ton of emotion, but I'm really sensing that you're feeling it. Sorry, there's a new car next door that makes a lot of noise. But we're going to continue. On my table, I have you in such another beautiful phase of this journey that everyone's on that's tuning into my channel. And what's becoming very clear in all the Pisces new moon readings that I've been putting out is that the collective overall of who tunes in to my channel, we are in a really amazing and powerful and kind of intense transformation, rebirth, stepping into our spiritual authority, our connectedness with Source, with God, if you're religious, with all that is. And I'm getting on the table for you to trust in yourself as you embody more of these feelings, these sentiments, maybe even ethereal, kind of weird, maybe weird dreams or visions, or your gifts are expanding just like the rest of us. And we're all on this really cool pathway, and we're all in these different parts of it. And I keep visualizing and seeing the Camino de Santiago. And that there is no better place to be in on the path, because everyone walks that path and they go at their different rates. But everyone's going to be experiencing, if you're on the same Camino, everyone experiences it in their own way, but they all experience it. They can connect with it. And that's what's happening. I'm seeing literally every single sign that I've been reading for is just in a different place on this path. And for you, so far, this is the most overwhelming with emotion kind of sense that I've gotten. Now, I have a Piscean moon, so I'm very at home with Piscean energy and Like a typical Pisces, sometimes we just like to cry. It just feels better. Now, Virgo would traditionally be opposed to that, unless you have some really like strong water placements in your chart, which allow you to really tap into those emotions and to feel into crying. Like my mom, she's a Virgo, but she has a Scorpio moon and a Scorpio rising. And she's told me throughout my life that the best emotional release is a really good cry. She usually does it in the privacy of her own, like, space, not with others around, although she does do it with others around too. I mean, Scorpio, come on. So, whether or not you have strong water placements in your chart, you are being confronted with some pretty intense emotions and feelings, and you might have been crying lately or tempted to cry, or you might need a good cry. Let those tears transmute. Let those tears help you to release, because we do have release and relax here, as well as you are understood, divine purpose, and authority. Those are just some oracle cards. Also, courage is another one that I got for you guys. Okay, so I'm getting a sense that, and it goes hand in hand a bit with the last Virgo reading that I gave, where that reading was talking about Virgo coming into a whole new life for themselves and a new identity. And I'm getting that here as well, that you're really being asked to step into your spiritual power and or your faith. And you're going into a whole new level of self that you might not have even like known you could step into. And I feel that Virgo, the Virgos I'm speaking to, are being a bit challenged and confronted personally inside themselves with what the extreme emotions and the sense of expansive sentiment that you're feeling. You could be feeling nostalgic at this time. You could be feeling just very emotionally overwhelmed. You could also be feeling into like, wow, I never knew it felt this good to just release these emotions and cry. I also have a sense that as you trust yourself here, you're stepping into, and as you allow kind of some weird emotional responses to just be, as you like feel it to heal it, you're moving from a 9 of Cups into a 10 of Cups. And you also have the High Priestess here and the Hierophant, as well as the Knight of Pentacles, Ace of Wands, and you have the World. Some of the more uncomfortable emotional cards on the table for you are the 4 of Cups and the 7 of Cups. And so we're going to dive into this. I'm going to go ahead and clarify, but it looks like whatever you're doing, it is working, but you have to trust. You have to trust yourself, and you have to trust that you are understood by spirit and that you are guided. You are safe. You are protected. So yeah. Let's dive in. Let's clarify. I'm using my traditional Rider-Waite deck here. I do feel like there are going to be quite a new wave of Virgos coming in. So I could be speaking to a lot of first timers here on my channel. And if so, I'm very happy you're here. I hope you stick around. And for the Virgos returning, I'm very happy you're back. That was a really, really cool reading. The last Virgo reading that I did for you guys. That was beautiful. So let's go ahead and let's clarify. But you're stepping into a whole new level of spiritual authority. And I want you to feel safe in trusting in your intuition, in your intuitive guidance. Because as you allow yourself to feel these new, it does feel a bit like extreme. It can feel extreme or overwhelming. And it doesn't have to necessarily always be uncomfortable. It could be really uncomfortable at times. And it can also be very awe-inspiring. Like, wow, this is really beautiful. So you're like this... I'm seeing a rosebud opening up and all of the petals unfolding. I see you blossoming. And it doesn't mean that you haven't been in this beautiful phase already, or that you're, it's like now you're doing, it's just a new cycle. But you know how some seasons, if you garden, or if you walk by a neighbor's garden, and you've lived in that place for multiple cycles of seasons, or you ever have picked fruit from a fruit tree that you have seen throughout many years of your life. There are certain years, maybe there was a drought, or maybe there was too much rain, or the conditions, maybe the tree is past its prime, and so it's just not giving off as much fruit. And then there are years where it's like, whoa, the conditions were really perfect, and it was a really good year. That's what I'm feeling like as I'm seeing this rose blossom. It's like there's so much, and they're so beautiful, and they're so fragrant. And it's just like, wow, this is incredible. I've seen this rose bush come back again every year, but not like this. That's the energy I'm getting for you. As you trust and you allow yourself to feel secure in feeling all the feelings you're feeling. So if you've not been feeling too much lately, then this reading might not be for you, and that's fine. You can go check out the other ones. I'd say check out the Cancer reading no matter what, because the Cancer reading was just so incredible. And if you are here in my collective, then it is still very pertinent to you, and just really beautiful of where we can all get to as we're ascending. Okay, I hope that makes sense. I hope that resonates. If it does, comment below on how this is helping or this resonates for you. It helps my channel grow so that these messages can reach the people that they're meant to reach. I'm just a little baby channel, but I love doing this. I'm really happy to be here. I love doing this. Okay. So we can clarify. The 9 of Cups, please, which is the 9 of emotions. It looks a little bit like a genie. You could have been wishing upon things, and you could have had a wish granted, which is also that 9 of Cups. Oh, I forgot that message in there, that meaning of that card. The 9 of Cups has come up in, I think, every single reading, and I haven't even thought of it that way. It is a wish granted. You have wished upon things in the past, maybe for this new phase, this new sense of self-authority, or connection to God or spirit, or you want to become more creative, or more beautiful in your heart. You want your heart to expand. Whatever this wish has been that you put in the past, you're receiving it, and this is the byproduct. You're more sensitive now in spirit, so your body is more sensitive. You are picking up on more. Those roses look really amazing. This is a good year. This is gonna be a good year, Virgo. So we have the 9 of Cups in the past. Can you tell me why? Ooh, a little bit of Ace of Pentacles in reverse in the past. So maybe you had wished upon a new financial beginning. And this, which I was picking up on this intuitively, that as you allow yourself to feel through this 4 of Cups and this 7 of Cups, and also the 10 of Cups coming up here, that you step into more of not only your own spiritual authority, but it's the Knight. It's the Knight of... Man, every time I was looking at this card, I was thinking it was the King of Pentacles. So there's still that, but you're on this journey of being much more abundant than you have been in the past. And part of, maybe you just wished for abundance, thinking of it pretty much just in material or wealth kind of form. And so part of the byproduct of your wish being granted is that you also have to expand in emotional abundance and spiritual abundance. And those are the gifts you're being given first, not as a test, but as like a, well, if you want to come into this 10 of Cups, you have to be able to handle it. Wow. There's a lot of channeled stuff coming through. Okay. Can you tell me why the High Priestess is here, please? We have the Emperor. Again, really embodying the most aligned versions of leadership, releasing anything or anyone or any old habits from your past that could hold you back from this sense of being in full control of your own life. Can we clarify the Ace of Wands here, please? In the future, there's an inspiring start to something, some passion. There could also be actual new love coming in. I wasn't picking up on that message until now, but there could be some new inspiring relationships coming in. And it could also be heartfelt relationships with friends, new people that you're meeting through a class that you're in. I'm seeing a yoga class. Children. Maybe there are new children coming into the picture, whether they're grandchildren or they're your children or adopted children or even pet children like fur babies, like a dog or a cat or something. And with that, to clarify this new inspiring beginning, we have the Hierophant again. You have the Hierophant twice. Next to this Authority card, next to the Emperor and the High Priestess. I'm getting that you're the author of your story. That you are... Oh man, what is that phrase? I'm the captain of my soul, I'm the captain of my fate. Oh. But you are coming into... It's like you really had wished in the past that you could be in control of your financial abundance or your abundance in general, or maybe that you could step into more of a leadership role of some sort. Maybe you wished for a promotion. And I feel like the way that you wished for it and what you saw, what you're being given is so much more all-encompassing and expansive and beautiful than you had any idea that you were wishing for. And that can feel overwhelming. You could be being overwhelmed by tears of joy and gratitude. But you're definitely stepping into the Hierophant. Whether you're a man or a woman, right? You're stepping into the High Priestess. You're stepping into this spiritual authority of self. And a co-creator, the creator of your life. You get to write your own story. And some of you could be writers, or you could be writing a book about your life, or you could be writing a book of some sort, or you're a storyteller, or you write songs, or that, it doesn't have to be the case. Poet, maybe you're writing poetry. Maybe you've never written poetry before, and all of a sudden you have all of these creative, artistic ideas with this Piscean new moon. You're writing poetry, and it's just therapeutic. But maybe you end up compiling them all and publishing it and sharing it, and it's like this book of poetry that other people are inspired by. You see this like ripple effect? When we talk about the world here as the advice, allowing certain things to end and stepping into new beginnings, stepping into new identity, and so there are old identity aspects that need to be released, release and relax. Divine purpose. This is very divinely guided. You're going through spirit school right now, Virgo. allowing the old confusion or illusions to end. We have the Seven of Cups, clarifying the world as your advice. Putting an end to things that distracted you from your own authority, from your life purpose, from this expansion that looks like you wished for. You're getting a whole lot more. Like, be careful what you wish for, but this is in the best sense. Like, this is really awesome. And it is awesome. It's like awe-inspiring. It's so much more than it's better than what you could have even dreamed up yourself, kind of thing. And with that, you have to be a bit more disciplined in ways, which Virgo is typically really good at, honestly. And cutting out the nonsense and prioritizing what you need. But it's less like the typical traditional Virgo, I need to run errands, I need to follow my routine, I need to check up on my health, I need to do this and that, I need to go to church, I need to do blah, 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 blah. Like, those are very just bullet point traditional associations with the sign of Virgo, whether or not they all resonate with you or not, right? Like, take what resonates, leave the rest behind. But now it's like you are stepping into still having to do all those prioritizing things that you need to do in a practical sense, but infusing this depth of emotion and spirituality, and it's just everything's becoming much more rich. The colors are becoming more vibrant. The smells are smelling more intense. The tastes, the flavors are more complex than ever before. You see what I'm saying? There's a huge expansion for you here that is going to take some time to get used to, really. And to take your time, the Knight of Pentacles here. Take your time as you step into this spiritual authority that you're stepping into for yourself. Can we clarify the Four of Cups in the environment around? That still, maybe there are people around you that feel dissatisfied with where they're at, and you could be a new source of inspiration for them. And we have the Chariot card. Also, so there's a recurring theme for everyone as well, as we're all stepping into our spiritual authority here. That is part of this collective, for sure. Everyone. This is the pathway. There is a nod to, or even direct warnings, or like very clear, like, get away from this person in certain readings. And yours is that's not the highlight here. However, it's still nodding to that with you, that as you become more disciplined and as you expand all of the emotions and the beauty and that sense of like, all the Piscean feels into your Virgo-ness and your day-to-day life, that you have to become more disciplined. And there also is there are very much people around you, or old ways of being, old versions of yourself maybe, that you are being asked to move forward away from. Seven of Cups is here in the fears, hopes and fears. Can we talk about the Seven of Cups? Wanting options to be open, but not wanting to be distracted by them and getting by that. Like, why it could be a hope and also fear. It's kind of a weird name for this placement in my spread, hopes and fears. But things that we desperately hope for, sometimes we have fears around what the change will be like what we have. Hopes and fears do go hand to hand. You never really think about them going hand in hand. So why are the Seven of Cups here in the hopes and fears? You're not wanting to cut off old options, but you might be asked quite literally to do that. I mean, you are being told to step away from Four of Cups, anything that's dissatisfying or causing continual dissatisfaction in the environment around you. We have the Eight of Swords. Wanting to see clearly. Wanting to feel as though you truly can, that you don't feel trapped or trapped in all the overwhelming amounts of pathways or distractions. I see that you're being guided on a very clear path. I've talked about it a lot already. And so with that, you don't have to feel like it's so overwhelming, all the options, that you have to just be stuck. There's like that feeling of indecision when you want to do something, but then you're also like, but maybe I should go do that instead. And you're like, oh, but I should do that. Indecision leads to stuck. And so instead, you're freeing yourself because truly this person isn't actually trapped by the swords. They could step right out. They just need to be untied and take the blindfold off. This card usually talks about how these are things that you put in your life or around you, in your mind, that make you think you're stuck or trapped, but you're not. And so it is with this Ace of Wands, this very clear, inspiring pathway for you. The Hierophant, this spiritual pathway that you're on. It's a spiritual path. There isn't really a whole lot there to feel distracted by and or like trapped in like indecision about. So you don't have to create fears around things that are not even there to begin with. If that makes sense. And that's what the advice is with the World, clarified by the Seven of Cups over here. Putting an end to all these like other weird options that kind of feel a little bit like figments of your imagination, or like, yeah, I hope that makes sense. I hope you understand what I'm saying there. That like self-imposed limitations disguised as options, but like none of them really resonate with self or with the heart. That makes sense. Maybe you used to have a pattern of distracting yourself a bit and like prioritizing the very clear practical things. But when it came to options of the heart, maybe you were overwhelmed by that. So there really could be a new romantic relationship available to you in the future. And this is a part of what's preparing you for that, is that Spirit is opening up your heart. That Spirit is granting your wish of what you wanted, whether it was that promotion or more abundance, and giving you even more than what you asked for, so that you can be reconnected in with your heart and these feelings. This is a sentimental, feeling heavy, like thick of feelings kind of reading. Like feelings are very prominent in this reading. And I haven't spoken that way or said that in any readings, I feel. You could have been afraid of feeling in the past. Maybe in the past, feelings left you feeling trapped or stuck in situations that didn't serve you. And so there's a reconditioning happening for you, Virgo. There's a reprogramming happening for you that's divinely orchestrated so that you can follow the pathway to your purpose and your own authority, so that you can rewrite your story, so that you can have this 10 of Cups, so that you can step into being able to create the life that you truly want without having other people dictate that. 10 of Cups. What's the outcome, please? What is the 10 of Cups and the outcome for Virgo? Haven't sung in a reading in a while, or like that. Okay, so 10 of Cups. Oh, the 10 of Cups in reverse. That's odd. Don't sabotage your happy ending because you're afraid of feeling. It's very specific. Don't block your happiness because it feels too overwhelming to feel all these feelings. Embrace feeling all these feelings. Step away from things that are distracting you or that distracted you in the past from your purpose. You're very much meant to step into your own sense of self because you are understood by Spirit, by God. You're meant to be an authority here. I mean, literally. You have the Hierophant twice. The Hierophant and the Hierophant. What? Wow. The Hierophant holds the keys. It's also a lot of Taurus energy, too. Being practical, but like in a spiritual sense. Infusing spirit into your everyday life. Infusing source, the universe, God. I want to get one more card for this 10 of Pentacles business. I'm sorry. Okay, 10 of Cups. You have definitely felt pain in the past connected to feeling. I feel like I'm talking to a Virgo who associated with feeling things as overwhelming or negative. And so you are being shown in a quite literal sense, you're going through experiences of feeling so extreme, but in such a beautiful way that it's like kind of jarring. It's kind of like shaking up your whole nervous system. Like you could be regulating your nervous system after years or decades of it being dysregulated. Whew. It is not easy. It's not easy, the phase that you are in. But it's necessary if you want your wish fulfilled. Clarify the Hierophant with the Knight of Pentacles, please. And that you can go slow. You're not meant to like speed into this. Lovers in reverse. You have to make a decision here to allow yourself to feel it no matter how intense it feels. And I'm getting that often with relationships where there was pain associated, or heartbreak, or loss, or betrayal of some sense, whether romantic or not romantic, there was love involved, and it wasn't aligned in the past. This could be from childhood even. And so you have taught yourself, or you've been convinced throughout your experiences in life that feeling is kind of scary. And so in order to have this wish fulfillment, you have to feel. And you are very safe and protected right now. Look, this divine purpose card with this rainbow, this angel does not seem too stoked. Look at that body language. I mean, that could also be like it's a crying. That is, you are in that position physically when you're in overwhelmed by emotions, whether it's fear or extreme gratitude. So you're being shown how to recalibrate and how to regulate your nervous system and open your heart so that you can have your wish fulfilled. And don't go blocking it. Don't go blocking it because of memories of the past, of how feeling is feeling pain. King of Cups on the bottom of the deck. All right, Virgo, I'm going to close it out for you with an angel therapy card, and that will be it. That will be your reading for today. Thank you, angels and guides, for giving Virgo the most clear and helpful advice here, especially with this last card. Thank you, thank you. For Virgo, how can they heal? How can they feel safe embodying their most expansive self? Whoa, 3 flew out. We'll do it. We will go for it. Okay, real quick. Vegetarian and vegan. Interesting. You might need to really cleanse your diet at this time or be very conscious of what you're putting into your body as you become more sensitive. Goddess. I like that. I like that. Express your divine feminine energy, embracing its magical intuition and nurturing qualities. Also, if you're a man watching and you see this goddess card, this is about tapping into your feminine receptivity. You are being given a gift, and it's up to you to be able to receive it. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're being given the gift of feeling and emotions and that flow state. And the last one is visualize success. Remember what your wish was that you put out in the first place. See yourself doing well in this situation and have faith in a positive outcome. You really are meant to be quite a prominent figure in the most aligned and prosperous and satisfied sense of self. And so opening up that heart space is the key and the challenge. Are you up for it? Sending you so much love, Virgo. If you would like your own personal reading with me, I've opened them up. I will put all of that info, my rates, and how to contact me for that in my description box for this reading and also in the pinned comments below. Otherwise, I am so happy you're here. If you're new again and you're still with me, subscribe, like, comment how this helps or your experiences with any of this. It really helps me to grow my channel. I really appreciate you. And I will see you in another reading.